Hello and welcome to another opening. Where is this one? I think that was one of the last vanilla sieves I have to cover, isn't it? Maybe the last vanilla sieve, which is called the British. A very economic sieve where you want to cover the map rather earlier than later because of your housing bonus. You are going to eat those hunts pretty quickly. So this opening is more focused on the aggressive side. So first things first, as every single sieve, you get yourself 300 wood crates and 200 food crate. You want to collect your food and wood, spread them equally. And in terms of buildings you want to build 2 houses in the beginning. There is also a Virginia Boom strat and a GMT strat, but this is another topic for another time. So you want to collect your crates, build 2 houses, and your explorer crack shots the treasure of your liking. In terms of treasures, you usually want to focus on food exclusively or experience in the early game. Reason being is that if you get some really good food treasures, you can skip a vill. You can age up with 16 villagers instead of 17 if you're having yourself some strong food treasures. There's the first house, there's the second house. This second house is poorly built, so I built it a little further ahead, because this would have blocked the coin mine, so they would have walked around the house to get to the coin mine. And if you build a manor, you can click on it and then set a ready point to a hunt, to a mine, to a wood tree. So this is what it looks like if you don't set the ready point. They just stand there. Because you have to manually task them to that task. But if you right click with the rally point, with the manor, see what it does? It sets the villager automatically to the ready point where you set them to. And always going to go on food until you have clicked the age up button. Pretty straightforward. Keep a close hunt on your on your hunts. First shipment of choice is going to be the 3 settlers, as with nearly all the civilizations that are access to them. As I see this food treasure, 80 food, I pretty much go immediately for it. I'm going to wait for the crate truck to recharge and go for it immediately. And in terms of the age up options you have, it's pretty much always going to be the governor, because it does give you the outpost, which you can utilize to get some early map control on the map, because the British do age up quite early, around 230 to 240. Depending on if you age with 70 vills or 16 villagers. I'm going to age up around 235-ish. There we go. Age up of choice is going to be the governor. And as soon as you have clicked the age up button, every single villager of yours is going to go on wood. Besides of 2, these are going to work on herding. And 1 villager of your choice is going to be going on the middle of the map. You want to build a house on the middle of the map where you want your FB to be. The fight base, roam base, whatever you want to call it. Ideally next to your outpost. The villager is going to go here, because I can herd this hunt. This Weisend hunt. Herd back to my side of the map. And in addition, I can build a house there too for some additional line of sight. You usually want to build 2 houses in the transition. There's also a build where you want to build 1 house if you are anticipating some very aggressive very aggressive aggression from the opponent. And just shoot me nearly here. And very important to scout what your opponent is doing, to see what kind of opening it does. If you go for a stable or a barrack. And you also want to collect an additional 200 wood for your barracks and another 175 for your hunting dogs and placer mines. Because remember that you did not collect any coin in transition. And let's pretend I did not get any coin treasures. Since the governor gives yourself 200 coin, you can use this 200 coin for your hunting dogs and steel traps, since they cost in total 175 coin. So you have 25 coin remaining for your first queue of your musketeer badge. Outpost going to go in the middle of the map ASAP. This is a very strong position because this FB does give me this tree line, this hunt, and another copper mine. Which is why I place it over there instead of over there. And it's a little safer. A little more central. There's antidotes, and first ship of choice is going to be 700 wood, which is going to be used for some more housing. And use these placer mines, which I forgot this time around. Focus on your batch of musketeers. And with the first of which musketeer, you can either roam around on the map to defend your villagers, or as I did, scout around on your opponent to see if you can catch any villagers, or as I did, try to deny any free buildings that you can kill. And this spot was the strength what I was trying to focus down. There's steel traps. Next gem of choice is most of the time is going to be 600 wood if you don't experience any pressure, which is then going to be used for either a second barracks or a stable. I opted to go for a stable this time around, and since I played this opponent earlier, and if you look at the stack, if you look at that works this way. I have to click here. So if you look at the stack, I have played this spawn previously, which he went pretty aggressive with like unit chip-ins back to back. So I'm a bit cautious about this. And this musketeer wedge was luckily timed, which I sadly overlooked. I could have gotten some free damage over here. And again, the 600 wood is also going to be used for some more housing as well. And you can get Gangsaur once you are in H2, or you can skip it, because at the moment I don't have really many villas on wood. You can get Gangsaur anytime once you have more than 3 to 4 builds on wood. That's when you usually want to get Gangsaur. Or it's also possible that you want to get Gangsaur in the transition ASAP. Then you collect 100 food, and then get Gangsaur, and then put your villagers accordingly to wood to build those houses. So at the moment I'm going to go for a must-cast composition, which is most of the time your composition of choice, because the British do have all the cards for their hussars and musketeers. They can get 15 attack and 15 hit points on their musketeers, and 15% hit point and 15% attack on their hussars, which is nearly veteran status if you think about it, since veteran status does give your troops 25% hit points and attack. And this is the reason why herding is very important, because the opponent is going to try to raid you to buy himself some time, which is why the emphasis on herding is very important, especially for the British, because you're going to have so many villagers. I don't have them at the moment because I haven't built many houses yet, which I'm going to do. We have one wood in the bank to reduce those this idle time. Thankfully those raiders are pretty poor at raiding. And the third shipment of choice is honestly open to you. You either can ship yourself 6 musketeers or 6 longbowmen if you found yourself in a pickle and get pushed. Or you can go this amount for 700 coin to either go for an age up if you are not getting pressured, or you can use this to make a timing of some sorts. If you have 2 barracks, you have usually enough economy to get 2 battles of musketeers back to back out. But if you have a stable anti-barracks, you usually don't have enough economy to support hussar production and musketeer production. Because hussars are more expensive, but they train a little bit slower. But overall, you need more eco per resource income per minute to train the hussars than it is for the musketeers. Which is why I sent the... I know, I changed my mind and sent the 6 longbows instead. Because I was a little afraid of the timing, which I mentioned earlier. I remember, yeah, I sent the 7 coin shipment after the 6 longbowmen. Because as mentioned previously, I was not so sure what he was doing. And as I said last round, he was rushing pretty aggressively. Around the 8-minute time, 8-minute timing, that's when he was attacking. But this time around he went for some sort of semi-fast watches. So that's why I know he aged up. Which is usually got of me, so that's why I going to pressure him to maybe kill some units before the first shipment comes in from China. I pushed it, caught the sentry, so it's already kind of a W for me. So there's resources that he can't use for unit batches or merc shipments, for example. Okay, I should have had the next shipment ready. There it is. This time I send the 700 coin. And as you see, I switch nearly all my villagers on food, as I want to go for some sort of timing where I use all my resources, investing in my hussars and musketeers, to then push out on the map. It's always important that you keep your opponent in check, either raiding or some other means of aggression. Wall trick OP. And yeah, that's the coin coming in, which then, as said, mentioned earlier, you can either use for aging up or for massing units. I this time around chose for massing up units. Which you're going to see shortly. And as you see also, I am switching builds off from food and wood to coins to slowly but surely build up my housing population. Most time you want to have 5 or 6 villagers on wood to slowly increase your economy that way. That's why I'm getting ganks off, because I have a lot of villagers on wood now. Since I do want to add some longbows as well. Next of choice is that whatever you want it to be. I this time chose around the bitcoins, because I do have 20 cavalry around, which is the unit I have the most units of. To make them a little bit tankier, since China most of them has a bit of troubles on defending against cavalry. And this is the push from China. I utilize the choke point in the middle to defend against cavalry, and try to protect the flank with my cavalry as well. I was trying to focus out the anti-cav and the redcoats with my longbows. And with the cav that wasn't snared, I was trying to get a flank on the right side to focus down the Chokonu and skirmishes. And the ARP is also a very strong defensive tool, since it has especially units with 30 attack. With 30 range attack, with a bonus against cavalry as well. So yeah, with this push defended, I pretty much won the game. So don't be afraid to play it out in HQ if you are British. And it's going to take a while for yourself to get used to the British. They are a bit of a difficult civ to play around with. Because if you are not too greedy enough, your opponent is going to punish that by having more military than you. But if you are too greedy, the opponent is going to punish yourself too for being too greedy, so they have also not enough military out. But having too weak of an economy. So it's a very difficult balancing that you have to do. And tipping the right shipment is also a very important choice that you have to do for yourself. I lost also a lot of games before I got this right. I think it's like my 4th game or something that I played with the Brits. And this was my first victory. So don't feel discouraged. It's a very good civilization with good economic options. Thanks for the civ bonus where you, for each of your house you get a villager, but you don't get the ever so important 5 villager shipment. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this opening. A little longer because there was a little more explaining to do on this civilization, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you then in the next one. Bye!